G'day and welcome back to Automation Empire. We are back at it again and we are continuing where we left off with some minor changes. Minor changes, he said? Yeah, well, okay, maybe a little bit more than minor. But anyway, what we did is at the end of the last episode, we started making a bit of money and we let it go on for a little bit just to make that little bit extra money and also to bring in some resources. So I went through, I think, 3, maybe 4 cycles of the research being ready. And as such, that's now meant that we start this episode with 781,000 research points, which means we can crack into this research nicely. As a result of that, we've also got 351,000 in cash. But what we have got, though, unfortunately, is we've got a price that has dwindled substantially. So our main item we're selling at the moment is coal, and that's dropped to $988 per crate. Now, we really need to get a factory going so we can actually start putting out some coal here and getting some money that way. So that is what we're going to do this episode. We're going to concentrate on setting up our first factory. Now, we did do a couple of other things while we're here, but I do want to mention a couple of things that I was remiss in saying about when we first sort of came in here to this. One of the other great things with this game is they've made direction a very easy and understandable thing for everything we place. So for instance, if I'm to place, say, a transfer tube, you can see that nice arrow there and it tells me which way that's going to transfer. Similarly, for the transfer tube, the arrow is there. It tells me very clearly which way it's got to be facing. Okay, so that's one of the really good things with this game. They've really made it very clear, so you're in no doubt whatsoever of exactly how things are working. All right, what else did we do? We added a whole pile of loading bays here, not unloading bays. These are the loading bays. So the drones will take over from here. Now, currently it's set to low priority. Now, these ones here are also there. Now, I've set them to high priority for the moment, which don't really need to be. But these ones, all the rest here, so basically what we should do is put that back to low. We're going to put that to low as well. Now, they're going to come over when there's nothing else going on. They'll come on and restock these if we need be. Now, these are all set up, ready to go for probably be the next episode or 2. But I wanted to get them set up so I had a placement area and I had a plan in place. So we've done that now. We're all good. What else did we do? Okay, we did some fine tuning of the rail line here, of the roller coasters again, just to sort of fit things in a bit better. That's fine. The other main thing we did was down this end here. So we've added in a big resource tub here and a loading and unloading pipe. And there's a whole new train section. Where does that train section go? It goes over here and gets some more coal. Now, why have we got more coal? Well, what we found is this section in here, as it currently is now, was basically empty and demand was starting to dwindle. Now, we're not getting as much money, so we're going to have to make sure the demand is very high until we get our factories going. So that was just to help supplement that. So as a result of that, I've now also upgraded this route here, and he now has a 16-car train. Now, he's going to come down here, collect from these 3 mines here, but also this container here. Now, this container currently has 48. So that's enough to fill 12 carts on its own. But we've got that also to set to skip every one. So not every cart will go up there. That also means that once it gets around here, it will probably still have spare space to empty these 2 mines out here. So that's what we've done. All right, now it is time to get back into it. So what are we going to do? First off, we're going to do some research stuff. So let's get into that before we take it off pause. Oh, the other thing we did do as well is I did actually finalize, I think we may have finished this off in the last episode, but we've now finished off our research upgrades for our trucks. So they're now coming 7.5 seconds quicker. So that's why we see a lot of trucks here. And as you can see, trucks are pulling in and out, left, right, and center. It's a beautiful thing when it works correctly. Now, we can also upgrade the speed of our drones, and I think we might look at doing that once we've got our research unlocked. We need to get started for our research factory. So for the moment, we're just going to leave that as it is. All right, so let's go and have a look in here. What do we need? Well, the first thing we're going to need is we want our refiner and factory. Okay, now the text there says, refine your lightweight ores into heavier refined resources using the refiner. Also construct a factory, which the refiner and many other machines must be built inside of. The refiner both inputs and outputs crates. So for that to work, we need the resource to come in, to go through a crate maker, and then into the refiner and then out again. And there's other tools we're going to use for that. And that includes the unlock step conveyor. Evenly and efficiently allocate crates between factory-based machines by using a step conveyor system. You can also incorporate transfer claws into your system to move crates between separate conveyors. Transfer tubes can even connect to passing crates on a step conveyor. Okay, sounds great. Now, what we need to do is we need to get that research. The other one we're going to do as well is unlock the claw train. Efficiently transport crates all around your colony using this inverted rail track system of grabber claws. Just like drones, claw trains can drop off or pick up crates from load-unload stations. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. So we're going to unlock him. We're going to unlock that, and we're going to unlock that. Whoops. Nope, we can't unlock that yet. Bugger. All right, that changes the way we're going to do our factory. But let's get started anyway. So with our factory, we come up here and we've now got a factory unlocked. So with the factory, we need to build a floor base, and we build it whatever size we want, and then start building inside of it. I'm just trying to think how we're going to do this. I could put the factory over here and ship it over here, or get the drones to bring it over and do that way. Decisions. In fact, I probably will do that. Well, it's not going to be very efficient until we... Oh, actually, I can use the claw train. Well, let's do that. We'll use the claw train to do it. So, we'll experiment a little bit. Something a little bit different. I haven't done this in my solo play. So, we're going to get the factory out and... Whoops. Try again. Right. Now, I don't really want to put it there because I'm going to have more roads come through here. Okay, we're going to put it over in here. Very indecisive tonight, or today. So we want to go, normally I do 5 by 8. I'm going to do 4, 5, 6 by, what's that? We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so there we go. That's our factory base. Now, this is where we're going to build everything. Now, the refiners can only be placed inside a factory. They can't be placed outside a factory. And the same can be said for our step conveyors. They can't go anywhere else except for in here. Okay? But we're going to set all that up shortly. Now, what I want to do is I want to take crates from in here and bring them out here. Now, this is going to mean that I'm going to want that one there off, that one there off. So what's going to happen here is the drones will no longer pick up from there. So it's only these two here that will load these trucks here for now. All right. But what we're going to do is we're going to set all this up and we'll get that going. So what I want is I want to do, just thinking how this is going to work. I'm going to want an unload station. And we're going to put that there like that. I'm going to put a door in the factory. So you can put doors at 2 levels, low level or at the 2nd story. Now, this is to allow the mine carts to come in. We don't need a mine cart here at the moment. We're only going to use a claw train. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to do that. I may not go that route yet, but you can put the doors in or the windows in, but you can't take them back out again. So once they're in there, they're in there. Now, what else are we going to do? I think what we're going to do now is we're going to, I'm going to put a step conveyor. I think this will work. Down to there. I'm then going to have a transfer tube. So this is going to pick up. So the idea is we're going to have the crates dropped off here. They're going to come across this conveyor and they're going to get sucked up in here. They're going to go into, we're going to put a big container in there. So this one here will hold 120 crates worth. Now what we want to do is we want to take it out of here, and we then want to create our crates and distribute it down here into refiner units. Now, there's a couple of things when we unlock that are really going to make this a lot easier, and we're going to redo this, and that is our remote connectors and also our claw trains. But hopefully we'll very quickly kick this over once we've got this started. So what we're going to do, we are going to need to get a transfer tube, and in fact, no, what we're going to do is we're going to do a transfer tube, and do that and that, and you'll see method in my madness. Well, hopefully like that. We will then one there, and then we will put in our crate makers. One there, one there. As you can see, they're going to need power. Right, so each of these crate makers will support 3 refiner units. So what we're going to do is thinking about spacing 1, 2, 3. Because like I said, this is going to be knocked down and rebuilt later on. So okay, so 3, 1, 2, 3. In fact, I can probably do 4, but I don't think I'm quite going to have this fitting in here. But anyway, we shall see. All right. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to have our crates coming out through here, and we've got to distribute these into here. Now, there's a couple of different ways of doing this. I'm going to do 2 different ways. The first way is simply getting step conveyor, bring that down. That's going to connect that one. I'm going to have another one come to that line there, and I'm going to have another one come to this line here. Now, how do we get the crate from there? Well, over here we've got a transfer claw, and this will transfer from one conveyor to another. So we're going to put one there like that. We're going to rotate this and go like that. Now, what we're also going to do is we don't want this to take every single crate across this one. We want to spread it out across here. So we're going to take every second crate, right? So we're going to skip every second. So we're going to have every third crate will come in here. On this one here, we're going to skip every one. So every third crate will go across to here. Every second crate will go across to here that comes down here. And then every other crate will come down into here. So that should basically, hopefully, set that out nicely there. All right, now that's one way of doing it. The next way we're going to try and do it is via this way here. So we can put a turning conveyor in there, and he's going to come all the way down to there like that. We then have a step conveyor loading the refiners like so, and then we have our claw track 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now we have to work out the timing. That one we don't want to miss any. This one here we want to miss 1. This one here we want to miss every second. And this one here every third. Right. That should work all right. We'll see. We shall see. Okay. Now, next, we're going to put our output. Now, what are we going to do with the output? The output, we can either output to a train and have the train come out and offload it out here, or we can do another claw track and have that come out and offload it onto this area here. Now that's probably the most likely what I'm going to do. So I'm probably going to bring it out and put it onto this one here, and then the drones can collect from here and load up the trucks accordingly. So let's have a look. Firstly, we might put in the claw train for, well, we haven't got the claw train. What am I doing? I can't do the claw train. I've done it at the premise of using the claw train, and I can't use the claw train, so we're going to have to change tact. So what we're going to do is we can still fix this. We can do it. So we are going to remove this. This is what we'll come back to later on. I'm just testing and teasing. All right, get rid of that. First, that can stay there for the moment. Now we're going to need to put in a door at the lower level, at ground level, like so. And I think I should be able to get the train in there. I'll put the track in through here, like so. All right, now what do we want to use? Now, I think we might use this train that we've just upgraded. So this one here. Now, that means we're no longer going to be using this one here, which is okay, that's fine. What it does means we need to alter our track here. So what we'll do is we will demolish. It's also going to affect our research though. Again, that's okay. We can modify it for that. So we're going to do that. I'll pull this back. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll put an S-bend in there at the higher level. Like so. In fact, have I done it too? Oh, I think I've done it too far out. Right, let's undo that. Whoops. Delete that, and probably be enough. All right, let's put one in again. Like so, and then put our ramp down. Nope, too far up. So I've got to delete these again. So delete that one and that one. Right, wrong one. Now we'll do it again. Here we go. See, sometimes it's just trial and error. You know, I mean, I could have just sat here earlier and pre-planned exactly what I was going to do, but it takes part of the fun out of it. Whoops. There we go, link him up in there. We're then going to take our straight track here and we're going to rotate, bring that in, and that's that side done. Now, that's that side through there. Now, what we can do, we can either have that do that continually, a continuous loop, or we can just do that. Now, I think, no, I'm probably not going to lead the research for the moment. So let's just temporarily, we'll break that link there. Now, the other thing I can do is I can delete all these out and not use them. But at the moment, they're still going to get some research by the stuff coming in here on the other side on the iron. So we can leave that as it is. I think what we should do, power is going to be an issue as well. Let's have a look at the power, 61 of 80. I think another power unit is going to be advantageous. So we'll preempt that by putting that in here. We've still got plenty of money, I believe, 144,000. We haven't got plenty of money. We've got enough for now. All right, so we've done that. Let's connect up power. There's power over here. We'll just tie it in over here. Like that. So there we go. So power has now been applied to all those. So we've sorted out our track. In fact, I will need to just extend that out a little bit. So we'll just extend that out. That should be enough. All right. So what we're going to have is our minecart come in through here. We're then going to have it stored in here, come out through these two here, go into our crate makers, and then they will put the crates out, go through the refiner, and then we'll have the refined product coming out. Now, our next problem now is, in fact, that's probably why it's a good thing to have left that in there. So what we can do, this part of the track here that we had left from there, we can bring that into here and use that as an offload. So what we'll do is we'll put the doors in like so and like so. I'm going to use the maximum amount of this building as I possibly can, and the benefit of that will come later on when we knock it down and rebuild. Yes, we will be knocking down and rebuilding. As I said, there'll be constantly knocking down rebuilding in this game. Right. Now, we just need to extend that out to there. Righto. So they're good to go. Now what we need to do is get the output of these and get them in through here. Now, let me see. What are we going to do? I expect there's going to be a fair bit coming out through here. So I think in the interim, we'll just start with one large container. And I think what we'll do is just put it over. I'll put it on this side here. Now we need to keep space there like so. Is it going to work? Probably not. Let's go a small container. Let's just be sure. One there like that. Now we're going to have an offload pipe here like so. Now we need to be able to get the crates into here. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to turn this one around like so. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to put an unload station in here like so. Well, it doesn't interact with transfer tubes. That's right, I want that there. And then I want this into here like so. I then want to do another set of this going this way, like so. I then want to delete that one actually, and I want to put in the two turning conveyors like that, and put one in the middle there, and that should now work. Oh no, I've stuffed it up. Right, delete all that, delete that. Right, I need to have them coming out, so we're just going to do that from each of them. Oops. Right, now this isn't going to be as effective as what it can be, and it will be later on when we fix it. So I'm just going to put these here. So they're going to come out of the refiner, come out on the conveyor, come down into here, get put in here for storage, and then off they go. So that should be now ready to run. I wonder whether it is. So it's cost us a fair bit of money to get it going, but I think that should be working. Now, it's going to come out. I'm going to put the ore into here, ore here into there. This is going to be offloaded. Hopefully we should be all good to go. And one way to find out, what we'll do is we'll turn them back on. Whoops. We still want them offloaded. I think that's it. I think we're good to go. So the drones will collect from here and put them out on the trucks. All right, let's turn it on and have a look. So the first thing we want to do is we want to see this train go over here, load up, then come back and offload and start getting this progress going. So let's have a look and see how it goes. It's hitting over here, starting to load up. So you can see here on this one here, it's going every second wagon, which is what we told it to do. That's working perfectly. Right, there we go. Whoops, in fact, we forgot to do something. I've got one on that one. I didn't put an offload pipe in here. When I redid this, whoops, and we just stuffed that up, put that one in there where it was meant to be, get rid of that one. Okay, that's all configured properly now. Now, let's get that going again. He's loading up. This looks like it might be a full train by the time it gets back there. Looking good. It's going to fill up from there. Look at that. A lovely full train. Right, he's going to come back here and he's going to start loading this up here. You can see our refiners there, they're up and running. And we're going to see how well this all works. Here we go. Product coming in. We should start seeing boxes coming out. There we go, boxes coming out. First one came to there, second one over there, third one should go to here. Perfect. Right, this one's worked. So we have the first one there, second one there, third one there, fourth one there. So that looks to be working okay. Now there will be some congestion here though. This will be a bit of a problem. And again, it's something that we're going to fix later on once we've got everything up and running. But why isn't that? Oh, I know why. Right, pause that. Okay, so it's not sucking up there. You know why? Because I put the wrong one. I put the load one, not the unload. So if I put that one there, that should make a difference. There we go. Now in here, we've got to turn that to destroy all crates. There for now. There we go. And we have it. Right, now what we need is we need a train in here. It's starting to fill up with our... Let me have a look. It's now got coal, right? So we've filled that up, which is fantastic. So we're just going to add a 6-car train for now, and we'll just see how that runs. So now we've got coal coming in. This is now empty, so it won't have a problem with taking that. And what we can do is we can delete that there, because it doesn't need to have that far. Run back here, it'll reload again, just in time for this to come up and be loaded again. And look at that. So that's it. That's our factory. Well, probably a bit loud. So that's our first bit of real automation that's happening now. So our raw product is coming in, goes into the storage containers here, then goes into the crate makers, comes out on the conveyors, into the refinery, out on the conveyors, back into the storage here, comes out here, and coming out here, and it should be sold. Now, that will make a difference to the money we're going to make. So here we go. This truck's going to go out. He's got, it looks like he's got a bit of coal on there. $8,000. So he made a lot more. So he made an extra $3,000 to what he normally would have made with just the raw resource. So we can already see the profit is going to change. So that's fantastic. All right, let's have a look up here. Keep an eye on this. 528 is what we need. We need 1,500 output in kilo. So hopefully we should see that coming up as well. Now, what we might do, while we've got the opportunity, and they seem to be running pretty well, constantly filling up, we actually said we were going to do this. So let's speed up these. So the drones are going to suddenly go 50% quicker, because I'm going to buy that, buy that, buy that. There we go. So now they're 50% quicker. So that'll actually help us get the throughput as well. As you can see here, this is flying through nicely. Now, what we could do, so now most of the iron is being used in the research. One of the things we could do is we could actually change that up and actually have more of the coal coming out here being produced and being sold. And in fact, it's probably not a bad idea. Yeah, let's temporarily just do that and just see how that goes. So all we need to do to get that happening, delete that there. And if I add a joiner in here, suddenly that's coal now, and this guy will start producing coal. So we'll have a lot more coal being produced, and that will be a good thing for us as well. Here goes this train again. Coal's going out. All right, got plenty of coal in there, raw coal in there, and it's starting to pump out. So we're seeing a lot more of our coal boxes out in the trucks. Well, there's one that went through without being used. So the trucks are actually going through, the throughput's a lot higher than what it was, and that's assisting us as well. All right, let's have a look at our money situation. So 175,000 for this previous month's revenue, 142,000 in taxes. We've just started a new month, and that's okay. So these first week's almost up. So we'll just see what our profit's going to be, noting we've now got some coal going out as well. 46,000 revenue. 51. Yeah, so making 20,000 a month. Not too bad. Still a profit. That's what we want to do. All right. So next is to try and get another one of these running, but use it with our iron. So what we could do is we could actually replicate another factory in here, or we could do something different, but we'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, let's have a look in here. So we've got 1,000 kilo out now. So the reason why that's suddenly jumping up is, if you remember back in here when we looked at this very early on in the first episode, the raw product here is 1 kilogram per crate. The coal is 10 kilogram per crate. So for every one coal crate that goes out and gets sold, it's worth 10 crates of the raw resource in relation to weight. Now, this unlock is all based upon the weight. So very, very quickly, we're going to have the claw track going to be available to us. And then what we can do is we can actually rework what we've done here and do exactly what we want to do at the start. So that will be magnificent. All right, look at this. We've got research ready to go again. So we can claim all this. So So we'll claim all our research. And there we have it. So we're making our money, which is nice. So since we've actually finished that off, we've made $100,000 thereabouts, subject to tax being about to be taken out again. But it is on the improve yet again. So that is magnificent. We're making progress. Coal, we could use a little bit more coal being produced. But I think we're running pretty much at capacity at the moment. Now, once we do rework this, we'll actually end up having probably can't fit another refiner in there. But for the moment, that's going to be putting out enough for us to deal with. I'm not going to run any quicker because it's 1 every 10 seconds. That outputs 1 every 3 seconds. So that's why effectively each one of these will support 3 refiners. So it'll put 3 crates out in 9 seconds, and this takes 1 crate per 10 seconds. Okay, so that sort of equates quite reasonably to that ratio. So that's not a problem there. That one there supporting 4, it's dealing with it, it'll be okay. All right, well, and that's it, that's time. So we have been at it for half an hour already. Time flies when you're having fun, and this is a great game. Really enjoying this game. And this is Automation Empire from Dog Hoggler Studios. They're a bit of an independent studio, and they've done a fantastic job with this game. In any case, we'll be back very, very soon back here to Automation Empire. Don't forget to press the like button. Don't forget to also press that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and make sure you press that alarm notification icon so as you're made aware when more videos are available. So until next time, we see you back here at Automation Empire. This is Duck Sawley wishing you a fond farewell. See you all later. Bye.